The 30th anniversary event is officially live in Pokemon Go, but let me just tell you, this event is extremely underrated and we're going to show you why. We're going to go through all the details, run through some pro tips, top targets, but we're also going to show you a very easy way to get a Mewtwo encounter for absolutely free. This is the 30th celebration event with Go With Us. As always, let's get time and dates out of the way. Guys, the Pokemon 30th anniversary event will be taking place this Tuesday, the 3rd of March at 10 a.m., running all the way until Monday, the 9th of March at 8 p.m. local time. The first thing we need to touch on here is that there's going to be an introduction of a 30th anniversary Go Pass, which is going to run alongside your March Go Pass as well. As we all know, we can complete daily tasks to earn points to rank up on our list. But because of this new daily discoveries bonus, it looks like on Mondays only we can get 2 times the points for every single activity we do. So this also counts for your March Go Pass, so remember that as you rank up. The 30th celebration Go Pass is going to reward the following if you paid nothing. You're going to get candy for a lot of Kanto Pokemon. You're going to get encounters with Pokemon coming from the Kanto region, but for free, right at the end of the track, you will be able to get a Mewtwo encounter for absolutely free, which will have a shiny rate of 1 in 20. We haven't seen Mewtwo come to the game for a very long time, and of course, with the build up to Go Fest and potentially those Mega Mewtwo X and Y releases during the Go Fest, it looks like this is how they're starting to build it up. However, if you do buy the Go Pass Deluxe for a total cost of $8, the additional rewards there is that you're going to get Mewtwo XL candy, you're going to get additional encounters with Kanto Pokemon, but more specifically Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres. You're also going to get rare candy. If we just look at the major milestones very quickly, so at tier 1, this is going to be for the free side. You're going to get 2 times catch candy, and as soon as we reach tier 2, it's going to be 2 times catch XP. However, if you purchase the deluxe version, tier 1 is going to be 3 times catch candy, and tier 2 is going to be 3 times catch XP for the entire week. We have a brilliant way to take advantage of that, which we're going to touch on in our tips. The next thing we have to talk about is going to be Ditto. As we know, Ditto is a normal type Pokemon originally coming from that Kanto region, and it does disguise itself as certain Pokemon. But during this event, the disguises are going to change. However, we already know that Ditto already disguises itself as a few Kanto Pokemon. Those Pokemon are currently, as of February 2026, Mankey, Growlithe, Magnemite, and Voltorb. All of those will definitely have a chance to spawn, but like it says, it looks like new Pokemon will be disguised as Ditto, and of course that Ditto can be shiny. What raids are going down though? It looks like we have 1-star raids featuring Pikachu wearing Red's hat, as well as Pikachu wearing Leaf's hat, which is what we actually just saw in the Road to Kalos event. And in 3-star raids, I really like these. We can see Venusaur, Charizard, and Blastoise, and of course all of those can be shiny as well. We also have Kanto-themed field research tasks that are rewarding some brilliant Pokemon here. For Bulbasaur, that Hundo CP is going to be 477. We can encounter Charmander in there. That Hundo CP is going to be 420. Squirtle is going to be in there. That Hundo CP is 405. Magikarp is in there at 117 CP, but just bear in mind, Magikarp is one Pokemon where if you do get the 117 CP, it can potentially be a 98 as well. It's just how it works with the CP on this particular Pokemon. And you can also encounter Eevee in there, and that Hundo CP is going to be 459 CP. But the big pull of this event is going to be all around the Kanto region, more specifically in the wild spawns. Pokemon Go have done something very different here, where for the very first time that I can remember, they are going to be dropping every single Kanto Pokemon in the wild, including first and second stage evolutions, as well as legendaries. Let's go through them very quickly. Except for Mewtwo and Mew, which will not be available in the wild, based on their natural habitats, in other words, in their certain biomes. So the beach biome may spawn a lot of water Pokemon. The forest biome may spawn a lot of grass or poison type Pokemon. It looks like we can find some of the following Pokemon based on their natural habitats. We can encounter Pikachu, Alakazam, Machamp, Golem, Gengar, Eevee, Dragonite. We also may have a rare chance to encounter Articuno, Moltres, as well as Zapdos in the wild, which is absolutely incredible. A lot of people, especially with the release of Fire Red and Leaf Green, seem to have a new kind of found love for the Kanto region. A lot of people are sick of it, especially in Pokemon Go. I think this is a great feature for 2 different reasons. We have a lot of meta-relevant Pokemon, which we're about to discuss in our targets, but more importantly, the XP as well as Stardust gains during this event is extremely underrated, and let's talk about that right now. Moving into tip number 1, which is going to be all about XP. That Go Pass, if you have the free version, is going to be 2 times catch candy as well as 2 times XP once you do unlock those tiers. For the deluxe though, it's going to be 3 times catch XP and 3 times catch candy, which means your XP boosts are incredible. If you have the free Go Pass, if you throw in a lucky egg, every single excellent throw on a lucky egg is going to grant you around 4,000 XP per catch. But if you do have the deluxe version, you're going to be getting about 6,000 XP per catch. The reason why this is huge is that it's lasting for like 7 days. Remember, on a calm day, you only get 3 times catch XP for 3 hours. This is lasting for 7 days. And there are a ton of Pokemon, especially in the Kanto region, including first and second stage evolutions that have very, very easy excellent throws. Please throw in your lucky eggs. Try and play in a dense spawn area, but more specifically in an area where for a certain amount of time you can really grind, even if it is just for half an hour, and bang those excellent throws as much as you can. I'm telling you, if you're on your way to level 80, this could be a huge week for XP. Tip number 2 has to do with Stardust gains for a couple of reasons. First and foremost, we know that there are certain Pokemon in Kanto, like Meowth, like Staryu, which are permanently boosted Stardust Pokemon. For example, Meowth is going to grant you 500 Stardust per catch, and Staryu is going to grant you 750 Stardust per catch. Remember, a base Pokemon is going to grant you about 100 Stardust per catch. A first stage evolution, for example, like Ivysaur, is going to grant you 300 Stardust per catch. But let's say we found one of those Alakazams in the wild, or a Golem, that's going to grant you 500 Stardust per catch. Again, with those star pieces running, we're talking over 1,000 Stardust per catch, and if you see a lot of them, please take advantage of that. Also, those evolved Pokemon might be a little bit more difficult to catch, especially the starters, so please remember to bring your raspberries as well as your golden raspberries to try catch these things a little bit easier. If you're still finding it difficult, you can put on something like White Kyurem's Ice Burn to multiply your catch rate by 1.5 times. With the use of berries, I think it's going to be a lot easier to catch these Pokemon. Tip number 3 has to do with candy gains. Unfortunately, there is not one type that we can really focus on, but the way to really approach this is kind of in the biome. So like we said, if you're going to be walking on a promenade, or you're going to be walking on a pier like Santa Monica Pier, for example, that water biome is going to be affecting a lot of the spawns, and hopefully it's going to be giving you a lot of water type Pokemon. So then I would strongly recommend Mega Evolving a Mega Level 3 water type Pokemon to grant you candy as well as more XL candy chance, especially when it's at level 3, because remember, at level 3 you're going to get a 25% extra chance of the same type catch bonus to get XL candy. And remember, this is going to be stacking with the Go Pass as well. So whether you have the free Go Pass or the deluxe version, you're going to be getting double catch candy on top of a Mega Evolution bonus without even the use of a Pineapple Berry as well. So guys, huge candy potential here. Simplified, those are your best tips to focus on during this event. But what are some top targets? As we know, Kanto actually have a lot of meta relevant Pokemon. So let's go through a couple that you might be needing during this event. First and foremost, let's kick off with those starters. Bulbasaur can go into Mega Venusaur, and as we know, Mega Venusaur is still the 3rd best grass type attacker in the game with Frenzy Plant, which will require an Elite Charge TM. Charmander going into Mega Charizard Y specifically is the better Mega. It is currently the 2nd best fire type attacker in the entire game. And the great thing about Charmander spawning in this event as well is that you can potentially get the candy for your G-Max Charizard when it eventually does come around again if you are hunting for a better one. Squirtle going into Blastoise. Even right now, Blastoise in the Go Battle League, if we just start there, Blastoise in the Great League is currently hovering around the 30th spot. Your IV set you want there is going to be about a 115-15, and in the Ultra League it's still breaking into the top 30, but so are the shadows. The shadow forms perform very well. We'll just leave these rankings on screen. Even Blastoise going into Mega Blastoise is still the 4th best water type attacker in the game with Hydro Cannon, which of course will require an Elite Charge TM. Clefairy is another one that goes onto Clefable. Clefable right now in the Go Battle League is a brilliant Pokemon in the Great League, currently hovering around the 20th spot. In the Ultra League with XL candy, it's breaking into the top 10. Please also remember that Clefable has a Mega coming to the game, which is going to be Mega Clefable, which will definitely break into like the top 7 or 8 fairy type attackers in the game. Already a very strong start here with our targets. Speaking of Clefairy, it reminds me of Jigglypuff, another Kanto Pokemon evolving into Wigglytuff. Wigglytuff currently in the Great League is one of the best Pokemon in the game right now. now. It's currently hovering around the 5th or 6th spot, a very good Go Battle League Pokemon. We then have potentially seen Alakazam in the wild, which is so sick. Mega Alakazam is currently the 2nd best Psychic type attacker in the game, and it's actually a very good Pokemon to use against Mewtwo when the time does come, because it does get access to Shadow Ball, but also it resists a lot of Mewtwo's moves. So this is a great Mega to use in that specific raid, but also once you defeat Mewtwo, you will be able to get the candy as well as XL candy because it does share the same Psychic typing. Machamp is also going to be spawning in the wild, and let me just tell you, this is one of the best all-rounders in the entire game, and it has been for some time. It's currently the 28th best fighting type attacker in the game. Its Shadow form is currently ranked 12th in the game, and because there's a lot of candy, building a good Machamp or Shadow is always going to serve you so well. We're also seeing something like Ghastly or Gengar spawning in the wild. Gengar going into Mega Gengar is currently the best poison type attacker in the entire game, and it's the 2nd best ghost type attacker in the game. Magikarp is going to be spawning. As we know, it can go into Gyarados, and Mega Gyarados right now is the 5th best water type attacker in the game, and currently the 15th best dark type attacker in the game. The great thing about Mega Gyarados is that it does not need a legacy move on either one of its movesets for water or dark typing, which is awesome. Please remember though, you will need 400 Magikarp candy to evolve into Gyarados, so this is a good event to try and get your Magikarp candy. Dratini will be spawning in the wild as well, and remember, that has a brand new Mega, which is going to be Mega Dragonite, which is currently the 11th best dragon type attacker in the game, and even Dragonite in the Master League right now is performing pretty well, breaking into the top 70, so Dragonite's always going to be a good utility Pokemon. Weedle going into Beedrill, and Mega Beedrill is still the 6th best bug type attacker in the game and the 4th best poison type attacker in the game. And speaking of poison, we've just had the introduction of Mega Victory Bell, which of course is going to be coming from Bellsprout, another Kanto Pokemon. Mega Victory Bell is currently the 12th best grass type attacker in the game and the 7th best poison type attacker in the game. Rhyhorn is a very easy excellent throw, so remember what we said about using Lucky Eggs, throwing excellent throws, working in tandem with the Go Pass. It's going to get you a lot of XP, but Rhyhorn can go into Rhyperior, which is currently the 10th best rock type attacker in the game. Its Shadow form is the 2nd best rock type attacker in the game, but you will need Smackdown, which will require an Elite Charge TM. And as we know, Mewtwo will be coming for free with that Go Pass, but Mewtwo right now is the 3rd best Psychic type attacker in the game. Its Shadow form is the best Psychic type attacker in the game, and then when the Mega Mewtwo X and Y come out, it will be the number 1 and number 2 Psychic type attackers respectively, and the Mega Mewtwo X is actually going to break into the top 10 fighting type Pokemon. So guys, overall, there are a lot of targets there, but there are a lot of Kanto Pokemon that you cannot overlook because it can serve you incredibly well. If you guys want to see everything going on in Pokemon Go this week, we've actually just dropped our weekly episode as we do every Sunday. We appreciate you guys being here. Love you so much. Please smash that like, subscribe, but more importantly, that hype button. We want this to go as far and wide as possible, and we can only do this and grow this channel with your help. We're so appreciative of everything you give us. Love you guys. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one, baby. Shh.